Yeah, me builds and things are quite hard to do now, MMRs in this game. You can get it. It's just that you need to be a bit lucky that you go onto the lower side of the buffer of the matchmaking, which is less of an occurrence. But they can work. They're just not very consistent. Don't really matter who I go for right now. Nice. So I mean, they're switched on. They're not just potatoes, are they? Dead odds. Dead odds. There it is. And now you imagine going against this, but with like one perk and a weak killer. Yeah. I'm good at killer, but there's only so much I can do. Someone's here. Probably trying to boon, I think. Alright, 2 free. You didn't let me get my boon off. Oh, I hook that girl. Do you think boons are a waste of time too? Well, from survivor side or killer side? Survivor side, they're massively beneficial. Killer side, hitting them is, it depends. It depends on the scenario. A lot of the times hitting them isn't worth it. I waited that out a while as well. I was stood in front of his face for about half a second. Maybe even a second. La 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 la. Auto dead hard. It's quite common again when you go against the stronger survivors. They'll dead hard at the weirdest timings to make it as difficult as possible to get a clear hit on them. They'll either do it at a really weird time if they're outpositioned, which gives them 50-50 when they're outpositioned, or they'll do it at a pallet, which has no counterplay. They're the 2 times they'll do it. Ideally, they want to do it at the no counterplay time, so they don't have to make a read. But if they can't do that, they still do have the 50-50 whenever they want. Or so I waited out. But there's only a certain amount of time you can wait as well before you attack. You've also got the ticking clock, the invisible clock. Going down quite quickly, so you do want to attack and down them quickly so you can get pressure on the gens. There's a lot of stuff going on. This perk is so good. Synergizes so nicely with this build. Firebomb. I've said this before. I'll say it again. That build had 1 perk. This build has 4 perks and 2 add-ons. You're watching a meme build with a weak killer to a meta build with a strong killer. It's going to be drastically different. You can't blame Trapper for that. Trapper is weak in comparison to Spirit, but the build was a complete meme, but it's Trapper's Basement. It's wasting 2 perk slots for Agitation and Iron Grasp, which don't do that much. A perk slot for Corrupt, which is okay-ish, but again, I don't know if you need that for Trapper's Basement. And then I think Nowhere to Hide, was it? Which was a good perk. Nice. So it's just, the comparison isn't fair at all. But Spirit is a lot better than Trapper, yeah. But I think using the comparison of a meme build to a meta build isn't, yeah, it isn't fair. Nah, if you're doing meme builds with killers, man, like, you're putting yourself at the mercy of the skill level of the survivors. That's all it is. Like, we could have played that match, and we could have put someone in the basement right at the get-go, and it could have made the build look really good. It's all about survivor caliber when you do shit like that. That's literally all it is. There's not more to it, honestly. They also seem to be quite switched on that I were doing that build, because they kept running away from the basement until the very, very end. And then when one were in the basement, no one even attempted to try and save her. You see? So yeah. Yeah, GG. Yeah, basement obvious does make the build obvious. Basement offering does make the build obvious, that's true. Bitching about the killer. That's what I mean, you know how people are bitching about Eruption? You really think they're just going to stop at Eruption? Like, these entitled players bitch about everything. They bitch about everything, guys. Eruption will not be the end. Just look at the history of DBD, and you'll be able to see that.